Hello, everyone, Instagram and other social media platforms. Carlin Young here reporting in. I know it's been a while since I reported in, though it's really been much longer as I miss important, opportune moments to say and what I really want to say on this and every other social media channel. I am an author, a writer of fiction who grew up in the 90s to early 2000s, enjoying the television and films of that time that I would reflect and harken back to those moments and memories of that time to those shows and movies because they are what inspired me to take part in my writer's journey of fictional storytelling. Those lately I have been struggling to find and regain confidence in my own method of storytelling without comparing it to others. As I have come to see lately on YouTube, the many forms of animation being done by people who are also fans of the medium slash genre, but ones of the adult variety that criticize some animation styles for being not like it. Excuse me. With some having a more cynical outlook and not an optimistic one. The saying the exception, not the rule, apply very well to the concept of animation and storytelling as a whole. The cartoons and films of the 90s to early 2000s touch on adult themes without losing its captivating storytelling while still being true as its own medium suggests appropriate kid friendly without talking down or being belittling those of that time like they were children, but instead speaking to them with understanding and maturity, educating them on real world issues through a fictional lens while still true to its own story. Similarly done like that of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, who touch on serious issues of real life while being true to his own intended story because the creators remain confident and knowledgeable in those stories. The genre of fiction carries its own truth, and it's those genres of fiction in all forms I grew up with that inspired the author I am now and the journey of writing I am currently partaking. That while I am still young and here as long as the Lord allows me, I want to be a writer for a cartoon of my own making. Meeting others who grew up in that same era of animation and film as I did. Sharing with each other ideas and knowledge of our favorite cartoons growing up, even sharing tales of animation and cartoons that came out long before our time. Classic cartoons and films I lean on still for inspiration for current and future projects of my own, with characters that inspired me to create my own and that I will not neglect. Old Disney films from The Aristocats, Lady and the Tramp, and The Lion King. DreamWorks films from Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, Home on the Range, Shrek to the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, to independent creations, some done by the famous Don Bluth. Secret of Nim, Land Before Time, An American Tale, Rock-a-Doodle-Doo. To me, all the best. To where I would like to work with those individuals in bringing those films, stories, and format back. I'm speaking of 2D animation. And I am not going to play the waiting game for the opportunity to be perfect. If anyone speaks to me in the comments, I look forward to it. I love to talk with you. These are the words I finally needed to say, especially in my 30s.